Service level agreements and performance monitoring. This lesson is about what makes a service level a real control, and how an auditor knows it is actually being met. Here is the situation. The cloud contract has a thorough SLA, 99.9% availability, defined response times, credits for breaches. It reads well. Then you ask for the last 12 months of measured performance against it, and there is none. Nobody has ever checked. The SLA is real. As a control, it is doing nothing. An SLA becomes a control, rather than a statement of good intentions, when it has two properties. Its targets are specific and measurable, so performance can be tested objectively. And breaching them carries a consequence, so the target has force. Without measurability and consequence, the SLA is intent, not control. So hold those two apart. Measurable targets, specific, quantified levels you can test. 99.9% availability, a 4-hour response time. Good service is not a target, a number is. And consequences, something that follows when a target is missed, service credits, escalation, termination rights. A target with no consequence has no force. Signatures and legal review do neither of those jobs. Verifying that an SLA was met is an evidence question, and the reliability hierarchy from Domain 1 applies directly. The provider's own monthly summary is self-reported by the very party whose performance is being judged. That is the weakest kind of evidence. The most reliable evidence is independent measurement, your own uptime monitoring, or a neutral third-party monitor. It does not depend on the party being measured having reported honestly. When a question asks for the most reliable source of SLA performance evidence, prefer independent data over self-reported figures, exactly as you would prefer a configuration you extracted yourself over a screenshot the provider sent. And one more thing the exam likes to slip in: the absence of complaints is not measurement. Users underreport, and silence is not evidence that a service level was met. No news is not the same as good news. So rank the sources. Your own independent monitoring is the strongest, because it does not rely on the provider at all. Below it, the provider's self-reported summary, which comes from the party in question. Weaker still, the provider's verbal assurance, a representation. And at the bottom, the absence of complaints, which is not evidence at all. Prefer the top of that list. The core failure, though, is the one in our scenario, an SLA that is never measured against. Without monitoring, you cannot know whether targets are met, cannot substantiate a breach, and cannot enforce a consequence. You cannot even conclude the provider is in breach, because no one is measuring. The lack of monitoring is the finding. So carry this away. The auditor's test is not, is there an SLA? It is it monitored, and against independent data? A well-written agreement nobody measures assures nothing at all.